Hello and welcome to my video on scientifically deciding whether MrBeast is a good person or not. In the following minutes I will use brand new software such as the MrBeast Goodometer and Google Sheets in an attempt to determine his goodness. I have found 4 good actions, 4 bad actions and 1 action that I couldn't really tell if it was good or bad. The 4 good will be given a score out of 100 on how good they are, and the 4 bad will have the same except for how bad they are. The one I couldn't determine will be given a good and bad score. I will find the average good score out of 100 and then the same for the bad score, but of course bad score out of 100, and I'll compare those two to figure out where MrBeast lies on his goodometer, and that will determine his goodness. This is all based on my opinion. I'm obviously not affiliated with the MrBeast team, and my morals may of course differ from yours. I am also not taking into account every single thing MrBeast has ever done, as that would take way too long and be way too much effort, and I didn't pick the actions for any actual reason either, and I basically just came up with them on the spot, and then just checked that they actually happened, and then I decided those would be the ones I'd use, and yeah, that's what we've gone with. The Team Trees and Team Seas combo earns MrBeast a smooth 97 goodness points. My 3 main reasons for this score being 1, an insane amount of donations came through, allowing for many trees to be planted and a large amount of trash to be cleared from the sea. And I do believe this amount of donations would be impossible without the help that MrBeast had in promoting these 2 charity ventures. The second reason being that you are still able to donate money to Team Trees, meaning that trees are still getting planted from MrBeast's charitable efforts. However, this being the third reason here, I was unable to find a way to easily donate to Team Seas, or any way at all, to be honest. And while it says you can contact them, I click the button, nothing loads. I'd like to make a little correction to what I was saying. When you're on the main page here, if you are to click contact us either down here or up in the setting bits here, it will allow you to do it. But when I was checking it earlier, I was on this page, and if you click contact us here, nothing loads. So I thought I'd just add a little bit of clarification. And I also find it odd that you can't sort donations by most recent, which might imply they are no longer taking donations. For his general philanthropy, MrBeast scores a goodness rating of 63 out of 100. I thought about 4 separate reasons, and that's what allowed me to determine his score. The first reason is that he has an entire channel that is dedicated to philanthropy, the aptly named Beast Philanthropy channel. This channel has over 27 million subscribers, and the videos seem to be uploaded to it fairly regularly, and this obviously takes a large amount of money, time and effort to maintain, and that's no easy task. The second reason is that in his YouTube career so far, he has managed to donate over 40 million US dollars to people through various acts, and that's an insane amount of money, and is more than pretty much everyone will ever have in their entire lives, like in their bank account at one time, obviously. It's an insane amount. However, the reason this doesn't bump him up more is because he could actually, give more money. You have to remember though, that even it's still a good action even if he gets 1 good point. Right, this is how good it is. I'm not debating whether it's good or not. This is like, you need to donate all of your money to get an 100 for donating money, obviously, right? Because you can always give more technically otherwise. You have to be strict in scientific evaluation of things, and that's that. And I mean, if it was me, I probably would have given away less than that, because I'm a greedy, selfish bastard. Now moving on to our third point. Yeah, it is the third point, so I just had to check. And our first our first problem here with his good rating is he could just be doing these acts to save face. I mean, there are some horrible people out there who have done many great things to help people. I won't name any right now. And it's because of a theory that he's a bad person behind, cameras. This is started by that dog pack guy, and he's exposing a bunch of stuff. But then that soggy cereal, the other guy, he came round, and then yada yada. I don't know who to believe at all, and I don't care enough to form an opinion. And that would take a bunch of research, and people get angry, yada yada. Who cares? But that, and I just want to say, I got that kind of idea that he's just doing the save face. Somehow I didn't think of it. It seems pretty obvious when I think about it. It's from Chris Broad, from the channel Abroad in Japan. So thank you to Chris Broad. I also want to point out that basically I was making sure I got his name right, and I found out, oh yeah, he has a book. I'll check it out. I watch his channel. He has a book. I'll check out the reviews for it. And one of the reviews was how they found blood on their book. I don't know. I just thought it was quite funny. I think don't know how the blood got there. Don't really care. But my final point is that a lot of the things he does seem to do are kind of temporary fixes to a much larger problem. Such as when he gave everyone in a village a full year's salary. That's an example. I don't know why I said it like that. And while this helped greatly in short term, due to a lack of financial literacy and not really many ways to receive an education to gain a financial literacy, the money may not be saved or spent properly. And even if it is, at best it'll probably only massively affect one generation at best. However, those two cons don't detract from the goodness a large amount, especially the second one. That was kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel for that one, meaning it still receives a fairly high score. I'm going to have to keep this a lot more concise now because I was waffling for way too long there, so it'll be a lot faster from now on. Yeah. Mr. Beast's third good reason is that he bought cars for people. I think he's done it multiple times, but I'm going to talk specifically about the time he bought every car at a car dealership obviously. And this gets him a score of 25 out of 100, and as while it is a kind act, it's not like they actually needed their car, because it was a roadside dealership, they had to drive there, they already had a car. And it could also end up costing them a lot on the insurance side of things, especially if it was a higher end car. Meaning it could actually not be good for them. But altogether it is a free-ish, excluding the insurance, it is free, brand spanking new car. Or maybe used car, I'm not entirely sure. And I'm not watching the video again to find out. So, sorry, I guess. The fourth good reason is the Mr. Beast games, and these net him a score of 38 out of 100. And admittedly I haven't finished them yet, but I got up to the Iron episode, so I've seen most of it, I'm fairly sure. And some people are saying it's cool. I don't really know how cool it is, because these people never even have had the chance to get the money. Though I am saying that from quite a privileged perspective compared to I'm sure some of these competitors. The situation they're in is much worse than mine. So take that with a grain of salt. And also I guess it can be seen as exploitative. But overall it is just giving people a chance to have some fun and win a ton of money. So that is why he nets in this score, or this action nets in this score. Now I'm moving on to the negative side. So first I'll start with him collaborating multiple times, I think, with a man named Logan Paul, and that nets him a bad score of 47 out of 100. That is a large number. That is a large number, and this is due to Logan Paul obviously not being a good person for reasons that I definitely don't need to fucking mention. There's no way you haven't heard of what he's done, and to be fair, while him being on the show the channel doesn't directly harm anyone, it's still him, like Mr. Beast, giving people like Logan Paul, bad people, like a platform to like kind of build their reputation on and things like that, try and get it back, which they don't deserve obviously. And because that also does increase people's trust in him. They think, oh, he's a good man, he's a change, you know what. And when people have trust in someone like him, you get situations like CryptoZoo, people lose a lot of fucking money. It's bad. It is really bad. The next negative is the Ava Tyson situation, which I'm sure many of you know a lot more about than I do, because I only know the basics of it. Like I'm saying that as if it's something you can work hard to learn. You probably can, I don't know. Anyway, it gets him a 74 out of 100. This should be obvious. I mean, come on, the Mr. Beast community, just look at the comments, look at anything. It is children. It is full of children, and he even shows he's going for children in his, not in that way, possibly, is because that's shown in his fast-paced, loud and flashy editing. right? And the fact that he cases the children means someone like Ava has like knows where they can find these kids that love Mr. Beast, and them themselves being a big part of the Mr. Beast crew can then, you know, kind of influence some decisions that they may take, you know, groom them. And Mr. Beast should have known that, you know, Ava might not be the best person to have around kids, because there's a video back while he's still called Chris, where you can see Mr. Beast in their room, Chris's room, looking at this art on the wall. I don't remember. I think it's by Shadman. And it's like this drawn girl. It's weird, you know. And to be honest, Mr. Beast should have been much more wary of problems like this, and should have been much more on the ball and much more responsive. You know, this is a fucking big deal when you got kids and stuff. This can just they can traumatize people, you know. The third reason is editing of times to increase intensity. Now this should probably have been the neutral reason, but I did it as this one. I'm not going to change it. Cannot be asked. I've written the script, and this gets him 10 out of 100. And this is due to obviously just being disingenuous, which is it's not something you really want to do. But I mean, to be honest, all it does is add effect, like dramatic effect. It really isn't that bad, you know. I was just struggling to think of things, I suppose. So I mean, yeah, only 10 out of 100. And now for the neutral reason, the t-shirt signing incident. And you may be wondering, why is this one neutral? You know, oh, it's a scam. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, I guess it's disingenuous, that's why it's the bad part for it. But it's just like, it isn't as bad as some of the others, and it can be seen as a good thing, because it means that these kids get to sit there and tell their friends, oh, I got a signature from Mr. Beast, because it allows these shirts to go much faster with much more signatures. I mean, of course, lying, you're not actually getting what you're paid for, it's kind of scamming, and that's why you get 37 out of 100 on the bad one. But they do get a 15 out of 100 for the good side, because it gives the kids a Mr. Beast signed t-shirt, and that is what they goddamn want, right? They don't care about anything else. They just want that Mr. Beast signed t-shirt. So you may be wondering, what does this mean for Mr. Beast? You may be wondering, wait a minute, does this mean he's worse than Hitler? He's about there, and Hitler's on 0, for context. And yes, it does. Mr. Beast is worse than the man who killed 6 million Jews, or 271,000 I think it is, if you do stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah, no, he's worse than Hitler. That's all I have to say.